everybody. Today I want to talk about understanding your blood sugar, how you can balance your blood sugar for optimal energy so that you can unlock that key to your vitality and your overall health and well-being. Just know that in order to do this, first you have to understand blood sugar imbalances. We need to gain some insight on how blood sugar fluctuations impact our energy levels and our mood and our overall well being. And then we can learn about the potential consequences of chronically high or chronically low blood sugar and their influences and effects on your energy production and energy regulation throughout the day. So, just know that blood sugar imbalances have a significant impact on your overall health. Just overall, we know about diabetes. We know prolonged sugar imbalances, particularly high blood sugar levels, can lead to development of diabetes. And this is a chronic condition where you have elevated blood glucose levels due to insufficient insulin production or insulin resistance. And this can result over time into various complications if you don't monitor it appropriately. So, cardiovascular disease, kidney damage, nerve damage, vision problems, wound healing, all of that is impacted by this progression of insulin resistance over time that leads to diabetes. Other things that blood sugar impacts are your energy levels and fatigue. When blood sugar levels are low, you may experience fatigue, weakness, difficulty concentrating, decreased overall energy. And then, conversely, a rapid rise in your blood sugar levels followed by a crash can also lead to energy fluctuations and feelings of tiredness. And we don't often think about this being a source of some of our crashes and how that then impacts our mood and our mental health. So, if you are like me and you have low blood sugar, if you haven't eaten in an appropriate amount of time, you might get hangry. And that is because blood sugar imbalances impact your mood and your mental health. So, rapid drops in that blood sugar, they're going to cause irritability, mood swings, anxiety, difficulty focusing. And then on the other hand, consistently high blood sugar levels are going to be associated with depression, cognitive decline over time, and then higher prevalence of mental health disorders. So there is a connection there. Know that blood sugar imbalances are going to influence your weight. When blood sugar levels spike up, the body releases insulin to help transport glucose cells, and then insulin promotes fat storage. And if insulin levels are consistently high due to frequent sugar spikes, then it's going to contribute to weight gain and then difficulty losing weight. Uncontrolled blood sugar is also going to impact your heart and cardiovascular disease, going to damage your blood vessels over time and have increased risk for blood clots and higher chances for heart attacks and strokes. So just know that there are long-term health complications that can arise due to blood sugar issues over time. So we have to understand that those things can happen if our blood sugar is out of balance and the complications that can arise because of it. Let's explore some of the important things that we need to understand on how we can control our blood sugar. First is the role of fiber. So exploring dietary fiber is going to be very important for you to be able to stabilize your blood sugar. High fiber foods are going to slow down the absorption of glucose, which promotes a more balanced and sustained release of energy. General recommendations, bottom of the line, you need at least 25 grams of fiber per day to generally stabilize your blood sugar. Just know that if you're increasing your fiber, that you also may need to increase your water intake to help prevent digestive discomfort as you're increasing your fiber. We know that protein impacts blood sugar regulation. Make sure that you are getting in enough protein because that's going to help you curb cravings and maintain that feeling of fullness and prevent those blood sugar spikes. Also need healthy fats. So as you incorporate these healthy fats into your diet, they're going to help provide sustainable energy overall. So those are kind of the basics, like fiber, protein, healthy fats. But then you can take a deeper dive and understand glycemic load and glycemic index. These are tools that are used to measure the impact of carbohydrates on blood sugar levels. So if you've ever thought about your carbohydrate intake, if you're trying to lose weight or trying to get healthy, this is a concept that you do not want to miss because these two tools can help you assign more of a weight to different carbohydrates rather than saying like all carbs are bad for me. The glycemic index is called the GI, and it is a value that's assigned to carbohydrates in food, and it indicates how quickly they raise blood sugar levels compared to a reference food. So, for instance, like white bread, it's going to be really high on the GI scale. And the scale ranges from 0 to 100. So low GI foods, they're going to be digested and absorbed more slowly. So that's going to lead to more of a gradual rise in blood sugars. And these are most non-starchy vegetables, legumes, certain fruits. Moderate GI foods, which would be like 56 around there to upper 60s, are going to cause a moderate increase in blood sugar levels. And then high GI foods, which are 70 and above, are going to be quickly digested, absorbed, and they're going to result in a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, like white rice, white bread, sugary vegetables, most processed foods, most processed snacks. So it's influenced, the GI value is influenced by what type of carbohydrate, the fiber content, food processing, cooking methods, what other consumed foods, like what you're eating with it as you're eating that. So just understand that. But then there's the tool called the glycemic load. And the GI provides information about the quality of the carbohydrate, and the glycemic load, the GL, takes into account both the quality and the quantity of the carbohydrates in a specific serving of food. So you calculate it by multiplying the GI value of a food by the amount of the carbohydrate in a particular serving, and you divide it by 100. So a low GL food is going to have minimal impact on your blood sugar levels. Moderate will have a moderate impact, and high will have a high impact and cause a significant rise in blood sugar levels. And this is more of a practical approach because it considers the quality and the quantity of the carbs consumed. For example, watermelon has a high glycemic index but a low glycemic load because it contains a small amount of carbohydrates per serving. So both glycemic index and load are helpful tools to manage your blood pressure or your blood sugar, but just know that it's important to note there's individual responses to carbohydrates and that the responses can vary from person to person, and the meal composition, the portion size, the presence of protein or fat that are with the other foods that you're eating, and also your genetics. So just know that those tools can be really helpful if you're looking for some stability overall and how you can interpret what types of carbohydrates you could or couldn't or shouldn't be eating. A note with that is that balanced meal planning is just so important. If you can create a practical strategy for creating a balanced meal that can help with stabilizing the blood sugar levels, sustaining your energy throughout the day, you have appropriate portion size, you have appropriate nutrient combination. You could also throw in thinking about meal timing. It's just important to think about balancing out all of that so you're not just really super heavy on foods that are going to have a high glycemic load. Um, it's important to snack smart. You can explore lots of healthy snack options that could help you maintain those blood sugar balances in between meals. And just know that these foods are going to be very nutrient dense and they're going to provide energy without causing blood sugar spikes. So, examples of those would be legumes, because they have fiber and protein. Some fruits, not all fruits, but berries, apples, pears, and oranges that have some fiber. The fiber content in the fruit helps slow down that absorption of the sugars into the bloodstream. Vegetables, non-starchy vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and spinach, kale, cauliflower are going to be rich in fiber and low in carbs. And at the same time, they're going to give you some good nutrients that you need to be able to maintain stable blood sugar levels. Just know that if you have trouble consuming vegetables or you get bloated when you eat vegetables, you could cook those vegetables down just a little bit. Another healthy snack option are nuts and seeds, so almonds and chia seeds and flax seeds and walnuts. They're high fiber rich nuts and seeds that also contain fats, and that's going to contribute to stability within the blood sugar. Avocados, I love avocados. They are going to be so fantastic. You can put them in your salads or in your smoothies, but they do have fiber and fat, and so hopefully you can be enjoying that as a nice healthy snack. And I will mention with chia seeds, kind of going back to that, they have so much fiber, but they also help absorb liquid and form kind of a gel-like consistency, and that can help slow down digestion and stabilize your blood sugar levels as well if you're adding them to like a smoothie with a lot of fruit or anything like that. Lifestyle factors can also influence the stability of your blood sugar. So your physical activity influences your blood sugar. Regular exercise is going to influence your insulin because your body will use insulin more effectively, and it will improve insulin sensitivity, which promotes weight management. So you want to aim for a combination of aerobic and strength training exercises. You need that weightlifting in there. And so be thinking about that. If you're struggling with blood sugar fluctuations, it's possible that your body isn't efficient with that information that it needs for the insulin. Stress affects your blood sugar levels. It triggers the release of stress hormones, and that's going to cause blood sugar fluctuations. So finding healthy ways to manage your stress, engaging in relaxation techniques like deep breathing, prayer, meditation, pursuing some hobbies that make you feel relaxed, spending time with loved ones, seeking support from professionals and counseling. That is all very, very necessary for you to be able to stabilize your blood sugar, for you to be able to lose weight, for you to be able to have more energy. I don't think people really give it as much power as it really has in your overall health and well-being. So I want you to think about that one. Another thing is sleep quality. So poor sleep patterns or insufficient sleep is going to impact your blood sugar. So you want to aim for consistent sleep routine. creating a comfortable sleep environment, practicing good sleep hygiene habits. Those are all going to impact your blood sugar. Now, this one might be something you don't want to do, but moderate alcohol consumption can still impact your blood sugar. Excess alcohol consumption is definitely impacting your blood sugar. So if you're choosing to drink alcohol, and you feel you can do that in moderation, but you're struggling with your health and you're struggling with your weight and you're struggling with your energy, it could be a factor overall in just your destabilization of your blood sugar and your body's lack of homeostasis. So be thinking about that. If you do not know if you struggle with your blood sugar, you can regularly monitor it. So monitoring it will help you understand how different lifestyle factors, such as if you have a glass of wine or your exercise routine or after you eat certain foods, it will tell you how your body is responding to that. If you have a spike in blood sugar right after you eat or drink or do something, then your body isn't responding the way that it needs to that particular food, drink, or activity. So that is a learning tool, and it gives you immediate feedback for how your body's responding. So you would need to try to use that information, gather that information, and then change those habits so that you can make appropriate changes to try to stabilize that blood sugar as much as possible. It may take some experimenting just with your dietary strategies and your daily habits to try to explore what it is that you need to avoid or what it is you need to add in. But make sure you're hitting all of those major points that we talked about, all of the things as far as diet and lifestyle that could be influencing that. Try to monitor and see how you feel. Monitor your mood after you eat things, and then hopefully you can start to think about this as a factor in your overall health and take control of your energy level and optimize your well-being through balancing your blood sugar and regulating your blood sugar. So I hope this was informative to you today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be excited to release a new podcast to you. I'm going to be talking with Sarah DeLoach on restoring joy despite or in spite of trauma, how your brain and your body respond to trauma in the midst of this world that we live in, and what the Bible and science have to say about that. So can't wait to release that to you guys this weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.